Gutter Trash, episode 162, Conan the Barbarian. My name is Eric.
I'm Jason.
And to be clear, this is not the original Conan the Barbarian. This is the new one.
The one from, is this 2011?
2011.
Okay.
Last year.
Wow, that was last year.
We gonna do these jokes all night?
No, it seriously kind of just hit me that was last year. That's crazy.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you.
It is, well, technically now, it's January 2nd, but
just barely.
Just barely. We started doing the show January 1st.
Wow. Yeah, we did.
At least you came over on January 1st. It's a late night record.
This is one of our later recordings, I believe. It's after midnight.
Very rare one, yeah. I think Miller's Crossing is still probably the latest episode we've ever done.
Yeah. Is that like a...
3 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
We're dumb. Yeah. Of course, I have a day off tomorrow. Probably gonna stay up till 5 anyway, so...
Oh, I forget you had tomorrow off.
Yeah.
I thought you were just being super crazy.
No, this is why we're doing this. Because I don't have to work. Otherwise, if we did it tomorrow, then I'd be screwed.
Right. Yeah. I get a 10-hour day tomorrow.
Hey.
But the earliest I have to get up is like 8:30, so I'm fine.
Yeah. It's not like you do anything.
I know. I just dole out the magic cards all day. And sell the Conan comics. We did actually just pick up a run of old Barry Smith before he was a Windsor Smith.
Wow.
Conan.
Nice.
And they're in really good condition too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Sweet. So did not ever expect you to pick this movie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something I would like. I mean, there's no elves and wizards per se, but it's close to that whole fantasy realm. Sword and sorcery. Yeah. Yeah. But it's fucking Conan.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I liked Conan since I was a wee lad.
Is it because of the original movies, the Schwarzenegger?
I did really like those, but I read the comics before I'd seen the movie. And not the old Barry Windsor Smith comics, but just
whatever was that.
Just crappy 80s Conan comics, but I loved them when I was a kid.
I think Roy Thomas wrote most of those.
Okay, did he?
From the get-go to, I would say towards the end of the Marvel run on them.
Did he really?
I think so, yeah.
I haven't revisited any of them in, decades other than some of the Dark Horse ones.
Right. I've, never seen either of the movies.
Of the Arnold?
Originals, yeah.
Wow.
I know that, back when my parents had HBO, my dad watched them, on occasion. I saw bits and pieces.
Yeah. You wandered into the room. And...
Right. Someone was getting beheaded or something, yeah. But yeah, I've never actually sat and watched them. Miss Classics maybe, but probably not.
I'd say the first one would be a Miss Classic. Maybe not the second one.
I don't think I'll pick it ever, but I'll watch it on my own. And I never really read the comics. But for some reason, Conan has just always been there sort of on the periphery.
Right.
And I remember back probably I was 7 or 8, and I was at the grocery store with my mom, and I begged her to buy me a copy of Savage Sword of Conan.
Oh, that's the old black and white
the magazine, yeah.
Yeah, those were my favorite.
She refused.
Oh.
And so then I was Conan-less from that point on, up until the Dark Horse comics came out. Which, when you think of Conan the Barbarian, you don't think of Kurt Busiek. And those turned out to be some of the best comics I've ever read.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They are fantastic. And it's also one of those series that I kind of regret stopping purchasing.
I don't think I ever read any of the the Busiek ones.
Yeah.
I read, I read the Derek Robertson one-shot, and
right.
I feel like there was like one or two other ones that I read, but I don't think I read any of the Busiek ones.
Did you read any of the Mignola ones that he wrote?
Maybe.
Those are pretty good as well.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what other ones I checked out.
I think I pretty much have the entire Busiek run. And I started picking up the Timothy Truman run.
Maybe that's what it was. I can't remember.
Right.
I can't remember which one I read.
And I like those too, but just for some reason I just stopped buying them.
Right.
And I know that there was a... what Busiek would do, he and his artist like had a thing where like the artist knew that he wasn't ever going to be, like 100% on time. So Busiek had planned out like a story arc that would run for like 6 to 8 issues or something like that. That he would tell one issue at a time to give the regular artist a breather.
Huh.
And so it was basically like one story arc that took place over the like 50 issues.
Really?
Yeah. So like every 6-7 months or so, like another like part 2 would come out or whatever.
So was it Kerry Nord or?
Kerry Nord was the regular artist. The fill-in artist on this like special arc was I think his name was Greg Ruth or something like that.
Huh.
And the story arc was called Born on the Battlefield. And it was pretty much Conan's secret origin.
Nice.
Basically his entire like childhood, how he became Conan the Barbarian. And those are also pretty great. But like I think like maybe the last 2 of those just because I stopped buying it at the time.
So that's weird. So it's like it was like one continuing story, but they would just pop out an issue every so often, and there'd be other stories in between.
Yep.
That's really strange.
Yeah. But like they were like each issue itself, like one of those issues were like self-contained, so that it was basically like you're reading a story arc and then there's a flashback.
Okay. So you could just read them in order and it wouldn't be too confusing.
Right.
Okay. That's really odd.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
So that's pretty much my experience with Conan up to this point. And then there's this.
Yeah, this movie here.
This fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. I liked it more than I thought I would.
Me too. I don't know about you, but I pretty much read nothing but terrible reviews of this movie.
I have heard nothing about this at all, other than that it didn't do that well.
Right.
But I never talked to anyone that read it, or watched it, and I've never read any reviews of it, so yeah, my expectations were just like non-existent. I had no idea.
Mine were as low as possibly could be. Because everything I heard was that this movie is awful. And I know that our good friend Matt Brassfield is a huge Conan fan.
Oh, yeah.
Even he didn't go see this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he ever watch it, like on DVD?
Well, it's only been out on DVD for less than a month or so now.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if he's seen it yet. But I do know that he was kind of looking forward to seeing it on DVD. But he never went to the theater to see it, despite the fact that he's a huge fan. Yeah,
that is surprising.
I know that back when the movie was being filmed, all he did, he was a typical fanboy, in which all he did was bitch about the movie being made.
Oh.
Why are they doing this? That guy sucks.
Oh, like the actor?
The actor, yeah.
He was a little pretty, maybe, to be Conan, but...
He was a little pretty, yeah.
But he was good.
Yeah.
He was good.
They
could have uglied him up just a bit.
Oh, yeah. He's got the sloped forehead, though. Neanderthal-looking forehead.
Right. But he almost had like a... Like, I wouldn't say pretty boy, but he almost had like just a handsome Billy Zane kind of thing going on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's pretty.
Yeah. You'd do him, right?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with the hair?
Even with the hair.
Oh.
Yeah, not my type.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's, what's weird is because, like, I've seen that guy in, like, a bunch of other shows and movies.
Right.
And, he's a lot dirtier in those.
You mean, like, he just looks dirtier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I thought maybe you said maybe he swears more than the other ones.
Well, he probably does. But, no, like, usually whenever I've seen him in anything, he has dreadlocks. Okay. And that, by definition, just means he's filthier.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's how you get your dreadlocks. You don't wash your hair. I mean,
right,
this is just facts. Yeah, I've never seen him in anything else that I read.
He is currently in the Game of Thrones, a TV show. I couldn't make it 3 episodes.
Yeah. I think I saw like 10 minutes of it here once. Yeah. I was like, help. Yeah, and that is weird because, I mean, yeah, this had some, a lot of swordplay, a lot of
similarities.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, Conan just kind of transcends that for me.
Right.
He's the one thing that I could kind of get behind because it's not this, maybe it's because it's not so epic and like, you feel like you know all the characters. It's just like this visceral, like, release. He's like Batman or Jonah Hex, and he's just one dude slaying everybody.
Right. I think what helps is, at least in this movie, there was not 5 minutes that went by where there wasn't just a massive action scene.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of fun action in this movie. Yeah, even from the very beginning.
Right.
I mean, it opens up like during a giant battle.
Right. Even the prologue is a giant battle.
Yeah. Everything about this movie is just, blood flying everywhere.
Yeah.
I love the sounds too, the swords, skewing people in half.
Right. Bones breaking, bodies, splitting open.
A lot of, people being thrown through, like really crappy wood.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of poor, craftsmanship in this town.
It could just be, poor quality, trees.
Yeah.
Not strong wood.
They don't use a lot of oak or anything.
Right, yeah.
They use a lot of, formica.
Right. Yeah. They buy all their stuff at IKEA.
Yeah.
It's a particle board.
Well, it looks nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, crazy action though. Like
insane.
Monsters and like, those like weird sand creature things.
Yeah.
And those were awesome. The Leviathan monster, whatever that thing was.
Right.
The octopus was really scary. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. I don't get what people didn't like about it. I mean, first of all, let's do it this way.
Okay.
It's called Conan the Barbarian. Not the Conan, let's study his character and have some depth.
Right.
It's Conan the Barbarian.
Right. Yeah, you go in, you want to see some heads lopped off.
Right.
And some...
To expect anything else is to set yourself up for disappointment.
I mean, maybe if it was called Truman Capote's Conan the Barbarian.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe, or like, the lost Stanley Kubrick film, Conan the Barbarian. But yeah, I mean, it's just like a great action movie with lots of over-the-top, violence and...
Right.
Yeah. It's a sweet film. I think I like it better than the Arnold one because I don't have an extreme amount of nostalgia for the Arnold one.
Right.
But I've seen it twice maybe, and it was good. And it's classic. But yeah, I think this one was a lot more fun.
Like I said, I've never seen the Arnold one, so I don't really have anything to compare it to other than comics, which, I don't know.
It's apples and oranges. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, I can say that the comics are better, because there is some of that character development and depth.
Right.
But, at the same time, they never really sacrificed the whole barbarian aspect for it.
Right.
But, you're watching a 2-hour movie about Conan the Barbarian. That's not really what you're looking for.
Right.
You just want to see mindless violence and boobs, if not possible.
There's a lot of boobs in this movie.
There was some boobs.
Yeah. I would have loved this when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I would have wore that pause button out on the VCR remote. A lot of boobs, a lot of blood. So yeah, it's a pretty actiony man's movie there.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever read any of the novels, the Conan novels?
No, I have not.
Me neither.
The closest I've gotten is some of the adaptations, but never any of the actual books.
I'll have to ask our friend Brian John Mitchell. I guess I'm asking him right now because he's probably listening.
Yeah.
I need to ask him which would be a good book to read because I think he's read a lot of them.
Really?
I know he's a big Robert E. Howard fan.
Yeah.
So.
Are there any actual novels, or is it just just collections of short stories?
Oh, really? That would be even better.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever actually wrote any full novels.
Oh, that would be great, actually, because I don't know. I kind of have a short attention span when it comes to,
right.
But I mean, especially something like that. I don't know if I'd want to read like a 300-page book about Conan killing people.
Yeah, I don't think there could be.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. And again, the fact that every 5 minutes was a giant action scene helped.
Yeah.
But still, I think 2 hours for this movie was pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, it did seem like it got a little long there towards the end.
Right.
It could have been maybe 20 minutes shorter or something.
Yeah.
But
I think mostly just repetitive.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can, behead a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw all of them in this movie.
There's not a lot to the performances in this movie.
The daughter was really creepy. I forget Zim, was that his name? The evil guy?
I think so, yeah.
His creepy daughter who could poke people with her giant metal fingernails and tell if they had a pure bloodline or not when she licked the blood off her nails.
Right. Marique is the character's name.
She was creepy.
She was creepy.
I thought she was really good.
I think the makeup on that helps.
Oh, yeah.
It was portrayed by Rose McGowan.
That was Rose McGowan?
That was Rose McGowan.
Wow, see, that's how good she was. I had no idea.
Yeah. Who, of course, was supposed to be Red Sonja.
Really?
Yep. She was going to be in the Robert Rodriguez Red Sonja movie.
Huh. Did not know that.
Yeah, before her face got all fucked up.
What happened to her face?
She got into a car accident or something like that, and then I guess after reconstructive surgery, just went nuts with just regular old plastic surgery.
This is all news to me.
And of course, the combination of plastic surgery and age also does not work.
Man.
So she's got that weird sort of Hollywood cat lady face thing going on now.
Wow, I had no idea any of this happened. I need to start watching Entertainment Tonight more often.
Yeah. Or just read online.
Right, yeah. No, was she the one? She was married to Marilyn Manson, wasn't she? Is that her?
I don't know about married, but they dated for a while. Yeah. So, it's probably also where she picked up some of the creepiness.
Yeah. She was like, wow, I can totally use this in my horror movies.
And she kind of actually had a little bit of a Marilyn Manson thing going on occasionally.
Right, with the no eyebrows and the,
had the war paint right across the eyes.
Yeah.
I've never understood that.
Yeah. On Marilyn Manson, you mean?
On anyone. Like Marilyn Manson types, goth people.
Like the war paint thing.
Yeah, they put the stripe of paint right across their eyes.
I think that, maybe it's one of those things that, somewhere along the line, some guy in a goth band probably did it in the 80s, Alien Sex Fiend or something, and ever since then everyone's like, oh yeah, just do that. Yeah. He did it. It worked for him. I don't get it either.
I was listening to Marilyn Manson the other day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'd still say, Portrait of an American Family. A really great rock and roll album.
Yeah, that is a really good rock and roll album.
Marilyn Manson, at the time, they were pretty awesome. And then they forgot that they were a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time, their third album came out, they just, it was just, yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. At the time, 1996 or whatever, everyone was like, it's the new Alice Cooper and all that. Thing is that, I'm not a huge Alice Cooper fan. I think he has maybe 10 songs I like.
Right.
But at least he never forgot the joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what happened to Marilyn Manson? Is he still putting out albums? I
would imagine. I would also imagine that nobody pays attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone does.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, that's when Portrait came out, and I was a fan, but I quickly lost interest after, I think when Mechanical Animals came out, I was like, eh.
Yeah, same here. I got Antichrist Superstar, and I thought it was good. It's a fine album. But yeah, Mechanical Animals, and it was just, I don't think I even bothered to listen to it.
Yeah.
I was kind of done.
It was he just kind of wanted to be too much David Bowie and not enough of his own thing,
Right.
I don't know. Well, whatever.
Excuse me.
We're not here to talk about that freak.
Nope.
We're here to talk about... Actually, I do really respect Marilyn Manson. I think every time I see an interview with him, I'm like, wow, that guy is really intelligent. Why does he make such crappy music?
Right.
Seems like he could make a really good, whatever he wanted to do.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. But yeah, I want to actually check out, especially if they are short stories, I'm going to try to check one of those out.
I would also recommend some of those Kurt Busiek books. I think if you loved the old Marvel books, I think it has enough of that flavor probably, but with a more modernized storytelling.
Well, that's cool.
So, and really good art.
Yeah. The Carrie Nord or all of it?
All of it.
Okay.
Even you don't like painted art though.
I know, I've looked at Carrie Nord's art and I'm like, it's one of those things where I could read a good story, but I would never buy something just because he did it because, based on the fact that he did it because, I'm not really into that sort of look.
Yeah.
It has that sort of, is it
Carrie Nord, his work, was, I think they produced it directly from his pencils.
That's what it looked like, yeah.
Yeah. But, the other story arc, the Born on the Battlefield story arc, that was painted. So,
okay. Yeah. Well, his art had that it had a weird look to it. It didn't look like regular comic art. It was maybe, like you said, maybe it was because they just...
It was a combination of the pencils, and I think the colorist probably played around with it too, so,
Yeah, not bad or anything, just...
I'm actually a big Carrie Nord fan, or at least, I kind of am anyway. It's back in the early to mid 90s. He did a run on Daredevil, which I really enjoyed. I really liked his work there. And then he just kind of disappeared after that, and then didn't resurface until Conan, where he was, a hot newcomer, despite the fact that 10 years earlier he...
Right.
Yeah.
He was just making a comeback.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll check out. I know we've got the trades at Yon Mavericks. So, yeah.
I've always personally been interested in checking out, some of the old, Barry Smith, stuff,
Yeah. That's good. I've read a few of those in the last, most of what I read was probably when I was a teenager or younger, but I've read some of the Barry Smith stuff, and it's pretty good. Yeah. And the art's great.
Of course.
He's totally changed his style, obviously, since the 70s, but, he has a really great, just super detailed, clean kind of style back then.
Right.
I think I actually do like his newer style better, what he developed for, Rune and stuff after that. But yeah, I mean, he's awesome. He's just always been awesome.
I have somewhere, one of those giant, I think it's actually right here.
Is it Opus? Oh, no, it's one of the old Conans. Nice.
The Treasury Edition, oversized, things.
Beauty.
Yeah. You actually did a panel recreation from here.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, he, I think definitely, yeah, because even you can tell there's like 2 stories reprinted here.
Oh yeah, the second one's a lot more ornate looking.
Yeah, the first one, like, is definitely his early work where he sort of had a John Buscema look.
Yeah, definitely.
And then in the second one, you can definitely tell when he's developing his style that he would pretty much be known by.
Yeah, he kind of like I mean, I think it'd be the opposite because I think Barry Smith developed that second style before Michael Zulli came along. But it reminds me a lot of Michael Zulli.
Right.
Just like super detailed, ornate kind of stuff,
and very fine line work.
And it's weird to think of that as like a Conan art because you think of Conan as a lot more just like like you can imagine like Jock doing Conan art or Bisley,
very thick lines and gritty style.
Yeah, like real yeah. But it's so delicate looking sometimes. Yeah. It's so strange, but it works. It works.
I remember reading like some sort of encyclopedia of Marvel or something like that, and there was a chapter dedicated to the Conan comics.
Nice.
And pointing out how Barry Windsor Smith, like within 12 issues, like drastically changed his style to what we know of as his work.
Right. Yeah, he just kind of immersed himself into it.
Yeah. And there's a slightly off topic, but kind of still on topic. A couple years ago, my girlfriend and I watched Oliver Stone's first movie called The Hand.
Yeah, okay. I've never seen it.
Starring Michael Caine, where Michael Caine is a comic book illustrator who loses his hand in a tragic accident, and then his hand comes back to life and starts killing his enemies.
We should totally watch that for the show.
But there's a scene, like I think one of the opening scenes where he's drawing his comic, and it's a Conan type book.
Right.
But like you can just see a hand and like an ink pen, and it's Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah.
And I yelled out, "Hey, it's Barry Windsor Smith!"
You recognize his hand?
I recognize his art.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But it really was him.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, we should totally watch that.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Michael Caine too. I mean, he's young in that, I guess.
Oh yeah, probably in his 40s, maybe.
Yeah. Wow.
This is early 80s, so
he's great.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, because I just watched. I was telling you earlier, I hadn't seen Batman Begins since I saw it in the theater,
right?
And it's been like a year since I watched Dark Knight, so I watched them both back to back a few nights ago, and I was just so impressed by the amount of people I thought were amazing actors in those movies. I mean, like Michael Caine is awesome, Gary Oldman's awesome.
Yeah.
I love Heath Ledger. I thought he was great. Yeah, like even Liam Neeson.
I like Heath Ledger and other things.
Yeah. Even Maggie Gyllenhaal and Alan Eckhart. I think Alan Eckhart is probably my favorite actor in the entire series.
I thought he was great as Two-Face. I think all my problems with The Dark Knight pretty much revolve around the plot and the direction. It has absolutely 10% to do with the acting.
And that's mostly Heath Ledger.
I would say 8% Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
No, I would say... No, I'm going to be generous. 4% Heath Ledger.
Ooh.
And then 6% Christian Bale when he's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it didn't bother me as much this time because I remembered him totally being over the top, and he was in spots, but I remembered it much more ridiculous than it really was.
Well, I just watched it today.
Yeah.
I was at my parents' for New Year's, and it just happened to be on. And Christian Bale as Batman is 100% over the top.
Yeah, and he's that's the weird thing is I think Christian Bale is an amazing actor.
I agree.
And he is the weakest link in that movie.
Yep.
It's so weird.
But only when he's Batman.
Yeah.
As Bruce Wayne, he's great.
Yeah, he's great as Bruce Wayne, yeah.
This has nothing to do with Conan. I guess there's not a ton to talk about, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's like, there's a lot of amazing things about this movie.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just a fun thing.
Yeah. It's not gonna rock your world.
I did think of, you know how like a lot of movies set in this sort of, I don't know, realm or whatever, the sword and sorcery thing, they rely, especially in the last couple of years, pretty heavily on really cheesy computer effects.
Right.
There's just like hardly any computer effects in this movie other than like, you know, some of the like tentacles probably on those creatures, and maybe even like, I can't tell if maybe one or two of the horses, because some of those horses take some pretty violent hits, and that's gotta be fake. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like you're watching a video game, which is, you know, the reason I usually don't want to watch movies where there's dudes with swords and dragons and stuff, because if I'm going to watch a video game, I'm just going to hang out with one of my friends while they play a video game. I don't want to go to the theater and pay $8 to watch it. But, yeah, it doesn't look cheesy. It doesn't look, I mean, it just looks real and it looks fun.
I mean, there's some that you can tell are kind of, you know, definitely computer generated.
You mean like creatures and whatnot?
Creatures, like definitely like the sand creatures. Mostly when they would like crumble.
But that looked so cool though.
It did look really cool.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I'm not bothered by it at all. Like when I saw it, you know, I've seen worse.
I wasn't even thinking of the sand creatures, and obviously, you know, they are computer because they're people made out of sand that crumble. But yeah, I mean, they just looked. It was such a well done thing, and it wasn't like in your face and like cheesy like some of those dragon movies, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was impressive.
And I thought the guy who played Conan, Jason Momoa, he was fine. Like you said, a little too pretty.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah. But, you know, it's Conan. He doesn't talk a lot and mostly just has to stand around looking badass and kill a bunch of things.
Yeah.
I thought the bad guy was kind of, not great.
Was he? He wasn't an Avatar, was he?
Yes, he was.
That was that guy?
That was that guy.
Okay, yeah. He looked like
he looked a little different.
Yeah, like maybe his teeth were bigger, and they like sucked his skin back towards the back of his head a little more. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was him or not. But.
Yeah. And of course, we can't forget about the most realistic-looking Planet of the Apes ape that I've ever seen, Ron Perlman.
Yeah. Oh, he was really good in this movie. He was really good. But yeah, he was a real hairy dude in this movie. He did kind of look like a Planet of the Apes. I didn't think about that. But yeah, man, I love Ron Perlman.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm just sad that we're never going to see another Hellboy movie.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
How come?
Mike Mignola has basically said that probably just won't happen.
Huh.
Because Guillermo del Toro is doing like 17 other things all the time.
Right.
B, del Toro also wants to make the third movie the final Hellboy movie in which Hellboy would die. Mignola plans for Hellboy to die in the comics, but just not yet.
Yeah.
And doesn't want the movie version to sort of overtake
supersede, right. Well, maybe they could film it while Ron Perlman's still, you know, actiony.
Right, yeah.
And then, you know, 17 years later, they can put it out.
Right, yeah.
Or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, preserve it. And,
yeah.
Clean it up if they need to later.
Spend the millions of dollars and with no return in the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and in 17 years or so, just imagine how good computer effects are going to be.
Oh my gosh.
They can go back and change those, all the effects.
That's true. Yeah. Spice it up. Well, that would be cool if they did, you know, get to finish up the trilogy with Ron Perlman. Hopefully they don't, get like Matthew Broderick to finish it up or something.
Pretty sure that would never happen. But on the other hand,
Who knows?
Yeah,
who
you
knows?
never know. Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That's something I'll have to tell the nerds at work.
Yeah.
To
check it out.
Yeah. Quit watching Batman Dark Knight over and over and give Conan a chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just don't go in expecting, something amazing.
Yes. Something really fun.
Right, yeah.
It's like when you get off a roller coaster, you're like, I don't really understand life anymore. But, any better than I did, before I got on the roller coaster.
Right, yeah.
And your buddy's like, well, I had a really good time riding the roller coaster. That's the mindset you should adopt. In all factions of life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roller coasters, Conan, buffets, I don't know, wherever. Just have a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the last year of existence for us anyway.
Exactly.
As a society.
Live it up.
Yeah.
Live it up. Watch Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, that's a good way to go out. Start planning your December 20th Conan Barbarian parties right now. Everyone dresses in loincloths and there's boobies everywhere and beheadings every hour.
Oh, yeah.
Every 5 minutes. Really. Yeah. Oh, that would be a way. Yeah, that would be really fun because, that you're all going to die the next day anyway.
Right.
Like, when you go into the party, everybody puts their name in a hat.
Yeah.
In a little ticket. And every 5 minutes they draw one and one of the barbarians gets to just lop your head off.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah. But I think, to be fair, before that, you have to at least be able to touch some boobies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, just even that out.
Touch
some boobies, get beheaded. I think, that's the way to go.
What else do you need?
Exactly.
Maybe some ranch and chip dip,
Yeah.
Some Doritos and...
Yeah.
Wow,
that's not really good.
Conan party.
Conan party.
Let's figure out the details.
Do it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Take a break?
Sure. Let's do that. We gotta plan this Conan party.
Sure. Actually, we were talking about anything else about the movie? The director, he did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Oh, was that the same guy?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Marcus Nispel.
Okay. I didn't realize that. Wow, yeah, that's a good movie too.
Yeah. He also directed Friday the 13th remake. He's done a lot of remakes.
I haven't seen that one.
Neither have I, but, I think I've never heard anything good about that one.
Yeah, really.
I think at this point, it probably is great.
Honestly, I would totally watch it because I really liked this and I really liked Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things about Friday the 13th. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but who knows?
Yeah. And I think he must have a thing for, swords and shit, because he also directed a movie called Pathfinder, which I think was like Vikings versus Indians or something like that.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Is that there's a role-playing book, Pathfinder, it's not the same thing?
I don't think it's the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. Cool. Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Why not?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, and then there was the girl, the damsel in distress. She was Scarlet in the G.I. Joe movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that.
And she was the green alien chick that Kirk did in the Star Trek movie.
Really? Oh yeah, I didn't recognize her for some reason. Thought the green body paint. She was all right in the movie.
I mean, the role doesn't really require much.
Right. Yeah. She's had to look kind of pissed off at Conan a lot.
Right. Yeah, and then fuck him.
Yeah.
That's possibly the most pointless sex scene I've ever seen in any movie.
Yeah, but I thought it was very it reminded me a lot of those 80s sword kind of movies. Right. There's always one of those, you know.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it was a little like everything else in the movie, just over the top.
Gratuitous.
Yeah.
It's I think a perfect description for this movie. Gratuitous.
Gratuitous, yeah. Yeah, gratuitous. Thumbs up. Gratuitous. In a fun way. Not in a car wreck kind of way.
Yeah, definitely in the best sense of the word.
Yeah. The most flattering.
Yeah.
Gratuity. It's like a tip. Gratuity. Yeah.
There you go.
My tip is go watch this movie.
Alright, let's take a break then.
All right. Hey, welcome back to Gutter Chat.
Hello! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you!
It's 2012!
The year we make contact? No,
Nope.
that was 2010, right?
It was 2010.
And it didn't happen.
It did not happen.
Kind of disappointed.
I've been disappointed for a year and a half now.
Oh. Well, maybe this year. Maybe they're just running late.
Could be. Maybe that's how the world will end in 12 months.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any big resolutions?
For the New Year's resolution type of thing? Not really. I mean, like not in the sense that I was waiting until, the New Year to do, but, I think I'm gonna try to eat healthier,
You're a vegetarian.
I know, but I eat a lot of crap. I need to cook more. I need to cook more often. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really want to get in shape or anything, I mean, like.
Oh, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, why? I mean, the world ends in 12 months.
Right, yeah. What bother?
You want to look really nice for that? I don't know.
Fuck it.
Yeah. But I do want to feel better until
right.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, you want to live it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to look my best for the Conan party.
Right.
So I can, touch all the boobies and behead some people.
Yeah, wear the loincloth well.
Yeah, I do want to look good in the loincloth,
right,
I guess. Right now, I've modeled in front of the bathroom mirror in the loincloth, and let's just say...
You don't like what you said.
Not so awesome. Yeah. Not so awesome. Yeah. Actually, almost as nerdy as that, it's not quite a loincloth, but Kathleen, for Christmas gave me some art supplies and whatnot, but she also gave me some Star Wars boxers. And, they're pretty awesome. I was wearing them, actually I think I was wearing them when we all went out for, Mexican. But,
well, you didn't show them off.
I did not. Yeah. But, yeah, good stuff. Star Wars boxers. They're really comfy too. Like, I thought they were going to be real elasticy and, like, dig into my skin.
Right.
Because they just looked like that, but, oh man, they're comfy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the boxer.
Yeah. That's why you go commando.
I do go commando.
Yeah.
Like the movie.
Yeah. You put some war paint on.
And like Jeff.
Like Jeff Flip. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's true. Yeah. What were we talking about? Loincloths? I don't know.
We were talking about resolution.
Any New Year's resolutions on your part?
I have I'm keeping my resolutions simple.
Yeah.
Because I know that any sort of life-changing ones I'm never going to do.
Mm-hmm. They always say realistic goals. They always say.
Yeah. And it turns out like the resolution that I made last year, which so far I've kept, I made like a month later. So, you don't necessarily have to make it on January 1st.
Right.
But last year I made the resolution to draw every day and post it online. And so far I've done that.
That's amazing.
I am 30 days away, folks, from being done with this bullshit.
Yeah. So you're like 326 days into a daily drawing.
I am 335 days.
How many days are there in a year?
365.
Okay. I thought it was 351.
Nope.
Well, this year there's only...
That is a deck of cards.
Oh, yeah, that's a Giant deck of cards.
That's for Jim Rummy.
Yeah. Well, this year there's only 350 days or something.
Yeah.
You totally should have done it this year. You would have had less drawings to do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. So far?
So far I've only made 2 resolutions, and they both involve gutter trash.
Oh.
So I am not going to mention them yet.
Oh.
Because you will find out about them soon enough.
One is to replace me with a smoking hot blonde.
I can't really tell you.
Okay.
But you are pretty close.
Oh, damn it. Is it Joe G?
It's Joe G.
Yeah. I wouldn't say smoking hot, but I mean, easy on the eyes.
Hot, yeah.
Easy on the eyes, yeah.
But, on the other hand, I'm going to replace him on League Night with you. So,
okay. Yeah. Sweet. I only have to do a 20-minute episode. Yeah. That's great.
And we can do 2 at a time.
Yeah.
So
sweet.
we'll be done with them super quick.
Oh, yeah. That's how it works.
Did you do anything cool for the New Year's Eve or the New Year's Day?
Oh, well, we all did something cool for the New Year's Eve.
Did we?
You were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time. We went to our favorite Mexican, or at least my favorite Mexican restaurant.
It's a really good Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I like it better than the others I've been to.
Yeah? It's pretty awesome.
Las Piramidas is really good, though, too, down in Centerville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think, Acapulco is a little bit better.
Man, if you're ever in the Xenia area, why would you be?
Exactly.
But if you ever, the traffic for some reason is detoured and you're snowed in and you don't know why, but you're in Xenia, definitely go to Acapulco.
Take refuge.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good, so good. Yeah, we went there and then we went out. There's a bar right around the corner. We played some pool and
hung out with it was you, me, and your lady friend.
Yeah,
and your friends Tracy and Michelle.
That's right. Michelle with one L.
That's all right.
Yeah, and their friend.
Is it Tracy with an I or a Y?
I think it's a Y. Yeah.
Okay, that's acceptable.
And their friend Greg, who we met that night, he seemed like a decent fellow as well.
I didn't really talk to him, but he seemed okay. I wasn't offended by him or anything.
Hey, well, there you go.
He probably might have been offended by me. I'm not sure.
He didn't let on if he was. Okay.
I'm sure Tracy and Michelle were both offended by me.
Oh. Well, yeah, they both did let on about that. Yeah.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have made so many lesbian insults.
Did you? I don't even remember. Okay. Yeah, and then we tried to watch Silent Hill after we watched the ball drop.
We watched the ball drop. Well, when we parted ways, you, me, and Kathleen went back to her place. Well, Kathleen went back to her place. You and I went on an errand.
Oh yeah,
to try to find a bottle of champagne at 11:45 at night
in Xenia.
In Xenia, where there's 2 places open.
Oh.
We did find it though.
Yeah.
And, we made it in time for the ball to drop.
With 5 minutes to spare.
Yeah. We all texted and called our loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
And tried to watch Silent Hill, which you fell asleep through part of.
Did Kathleen fall asleep too? Or
I don't think she ever did.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, visually I thought it was incredible. Like it was like Clive Barker drawings brought to life.
Right.
But I couldn't really get into it, maybe because I was so tired, but, I couldn't really follow the story, and I was, doing that thing where, I would, feel myself falling asleep, my head bobbing, and...
Right, yeah.
So I couldn't really pay attention.
I will say the games are so much better, though.
Yeah.
A lot more atmospheric and a lot freakier and scarier, so...
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And I like the movie, I really do, but, yeah...
I think I've seen you playing the game here before, and it does look awesome.
I don't know if I've played the game here before or not.
I could swear, I haven't seen, Pyramid Head, but is it, it just looked like it was real smoky, and you were, killing a bunch of stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah. And
you could hear, weird sounds, and I don't know.
Yeah. I I don't think I've ever played it.
Or was that Dig? No, it was Dig Dug.
That was Dig Dug.
You were like digging underground.
Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
Okay. I always get those two things. We should have watched the Dig Dug movie. That's what we should have done.
Well, she didn't have it on DVD. She just had it on VHS.
Yeah. Well, it is from the 80s.
So, hang on a second.
Oh? Oh! Yes!
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
Let's do this. I don't know if, hopefully, the listener remembers. A couple weeks ago, I think it was your turn to pick a comic. I think, you wanted to pick an Echo, right?
Yeah.
But you said that, you had originally decided to pick a different book first, and then you read it, and you hated it so much that you decided that you couldn't do it.
Right.
And, your description of it, and how much you hated it, and then eventually you told me that, you had lent this to Doogie, and he hated it as well. Really made me curious, and I wanted to read it myself. It's, The Red Wing by Jonathan Hickman and, Nick Pitara.
I think, that sounds right. Pitara, maybe?
Which, you called one of the worst things you've ever read in your life.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I'm gonna say this. It's not good.
Yeah.
I would never read it again. Mm-hmm. It's still, I'm not on the Jonathan Hickman bandwagon.
Right.
But I didn't see exactly what you thought was so terrible about this.
Really? Well, no, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that you liked it. Like, I'm glad that somebody gets enjoyment out of it because, like, this is why I didn't pick it because I was like, I can't talk about this for, like, I really don't like slagging on stuff, just because I don't happen to like it. I'm like, it's not for me, or I thought it was bad, but I will say, I mean, like, I couldn't care about any character in it. Like, there was no likable characters to me.
I don't think there was any unlikable characters, though.
Well, I mean, I didn't really like the hot-headed, like, pal of theirs, but, like, even, like, the main character, I was just like, he's just kind of whiny, I don't really care, And then, like, and I never see anything coming, like, in stories. And this story, like, I just, like, everything I could see coming, like, pages and pages away, and it was just like, I just thought it was, and, like, it just, I don't know, it just wasn't fun. It was just kind of boring, and there's, like, absolutely nothing I liked about it other than I thought Nick Pitara's art was pretty good.
His art's fine. I mean, again, I'm gonna, I didn't like it.
Right.
Like, I don't think it's a good comic, but it's definitely not the worst thing I've ever read. And I think I came away with it a little bit more than you did, of something to grasp onto.
Right.
But I will say that it is 100% hollow.
Yeah.
There is nothing to it.
Yeah. Like, there was that, like, I thought maybe, that scene where they started talking about realities and, like, how you can shift through realities. Like, okay, now we're getting somewhere, and then it just kind of felt, hollow is a really good way to describe it. It just felt kind of meaningless, but it wasn't fun either. Like, I don't mind meaningless when it's like the Conan movie,
Right.
Like, where it doesn't change your life or anything, but it's just fun.
Right.
This was not fun at all.
It read like, just a fabricated attempt to be a Grant Morrison comic.
Yeah, totally.
Without any of the personality or charisma that Grant Morrison has in those books.
Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, and like maybe that helped because maybe I lowered your expectations.
Right.
And then conversely, my expectations were high because I think I said on the episode I mentioned on the Echo episode, like, as this book was coming out in single issues, I just kept looking at it and I was like, wow, that looks so cool.
Right.
And I just was so excited about it. Like, I thought the covers were really awesome and designy, and like, there was like this Darrow-esque thing to the artwork, but it wasn't so rendered that it, you know,
was overpowering.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, it looks really cool. And then, I was just so let down with this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, definitely by far was not the worst thing I've ever read.
Right.
Yeah, mostly just came away from it thinking that it was just a pretty empty exercise in sci-fi comics, you know, like there didn't really seem to be any kind of point.
Right.
But, like, the journey to it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it, you know? like, really, by the time I got to the end, it was just like, well, the ending is disappointing, but, like, the journey was okay.
Right.
You know?
I can see that.
Yeah. But, yeah, definitely not fun.
It kind of feels like somebody's first attempt at writing comics too. Like it just felt like, oh, this Jonathan Hickman guy might have something, you know, down the road that's good. And then you're like, but he writes all this other stuff, and he's like, you know, he's an established writer, and like, it just seems like
he's
such
one of the Marvel architects.
He is. I mean, this is like,
and that is why their building is crumbling.
To me, this is more like a demo tape of a band who's already, like, really good.
Right.
This is like, if, you know, I don't know, there's like a...
This is them fucking around in the garage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this is.
It's an established piano player playing chopsticks and calling it a concert.
Yeah. That's exactly. And I'm not even a fan, like, because I've only ever read Nightly News in this.
Yeah, and Nightly News was terrible.
I think my favorite thing he's ever done were those propaganda posters in the Strange Tales, the Marvel Comics Strange Tales. He did the, like, Galactus propaganda posters and stuff.
I don't remember.
That was probably my favorite thing he's ever done, but yeah, just, yeah, hollow.
Yeah. And, like, I mean, there were, like, things that pissed me off in it, like, there's, like, a sequence,
just flipping through the book right now.
Of, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 essentially blank pages.
Right. With a tiny little ship.
With a tiny, tiny little ship, slowly moving across those pages. And that is definitely the sign of somebody who thinks, look how cool I'm being.
I actually have to admit that's one of the things that I thought looked cool as the issues came out. Because I flipped through and I was like, oh, that's so neat.
That is a waste of paper.
Yeah, it totally is.
But hey, that artist only had to use that one 3D model.
Oh my god. This is, you know how sometimes Image has the trade paperbacks and there's like a sketchbook section at the end?
Yeah.
Why bother, people? This was the lamest, like, sketch. I mean, they don't even mention anything about, like, there's no dialogue about how they created it or, like, right. It's just like some 3D modeling Illustrator sketches or something.
Right. It's SketchUp.
SketchUp?
Yeah. Which is a program I've used before, and it's a phenomenal tool to use, for drawing perspective. Cause you can lay out, like, a scene, or a building or automobiles or anything like that just to figure out, at least it helps me because I'm terrible at that.
Like just what it looks like from different angles.
Right, yeah. And just getting the right, perspective, if you want, a certain angle or something like that. Phenomenal to use. I love it. But yeah, I mean, it's just
like, why show it in the back of there?
Right.
It'd be like showing like a chair from 7 different angles and then having no narration or explanation of why.
Right.
It's like, okay, we get it,
Yeah.
We can...
to me, it's essentially, it's cool to know that there are artists out there who use it as well and to see, what they've built with it. but at the same time, it sort of seems like, here's a picture of my ruler.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
Yeah, if these would have all been sketches he did of the ships or something, that would have been kind of cool, but yeah, exactly. It's like, here's a picture of my ruler and my T-square.
Yeah. Here's my Wacom tablet. I'm not doing anything with it, but there it is.
Yeah,
I use it.
It's not plugged in right now. There was nothing that I found interesting or exciting about this book other than, like I said, I thought the art was decent.
Yeah, the art's good.
Like, oh, yeah.
I mean,
and I hope other people like it. I really do.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to take this back to Mavericks and just
hope that it sells.
I'm going to sneak it right back onto the shelf.
Yeah.
And, hopefully somebody enjoys it, but, it was not me who did.
Right. And, yeah, like I said, I've read worse comics. In fact, I've read worse comics this week.
Yeah? Oh. I'm sure I've read worse comics. I'm sure, part of it was that I was so built up that I was just pissed off.
Right. See, I had no build up to this other than, I had no expectations whatever for this book, and, I barely remembered that this book existed until you mentioned it. I've pretty much, based on the nightly news, written off Jonathan Hickman forever.
Yeah.
And then you telling me that it was one of the worst things you've ever read. I think all helped my enjoyment of this book.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But yeah, by no means is it anything I would ever recommend.
Oh man.
But I did not hate it as much as you did.
I think I will Google Nick Pitara sometime and see what else he's up to. Because I enjoyed his art.
Yeah. It was definitely better than Ben Rottencock.
Did you see Little Frank Quietly in him too?
He's got a little Quietly in there, yeah.
Like some of the, just like...
faces and bodies, yeah.
Yeah, Quietly mixed with, there's a little bit of Darrow, maybe Little Tony Moore, I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, yeah, just disappointing.
Yeah, it's well drawn, but, yeah. So that is Red Wing.
See, I would just feel awful, if I had to talk about how much I did not like something for 45 minutes, so, there's a good 10 minutes of me getting it off my chest. And
I think, I think we could have definitely officially reviewed this, but, it's probably better that we didn't.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and you, Hickman and Pitara, you guys, good luck.
Hey, yeah.
Seriously. I hope you sell them. I hope everybody loves it.
Pitara, I'm gonna, if he draws something else that I want to read, then, I'm all on board.
I'd love to see him do a Batman comic or something.
Sure. But Jonathan Hickman, I'm not gonna go out of my way to read anything you do.
Yeah.
No offense to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a fine person.
And I'm sure he's not listening.
Right.
but yeah. I've heard, like I said, I've heard S.H.I.E.L.D.'s really good, but I after reading 2 books that I didn't really care for, I'm sure I will never read S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah. Well, I also heard Nightly News was great too, so.
Yeah. Bummer.
Yeah. So,
excuse me.
Speaking of, terrible comics.
I was gonna say, hopefully when you said you've read worse this week, hopefully that's not your next pick.
It was gonna be.
Oh yeah?
It was gonna be.
Oh, you had a Red Wing experience?
I have a Red Wing experience.
Wow.
I have had this comic. Well, I think I mentioned last week I spent a couple of days organizing a bunch of books.
Yeah.
And I found a series that I have owned probably since the early 90s and have never read.
Wow.
Ever. And it's a book that came out in the 80s.
So this is 25, 30 years old here.
It is about... It is about 23 years old. Yeah. And so, when I was digging through it, I said, I've never read these. This is going to be a pick. In fact, I've got like 4 stacks of books sitting next to my bed that like are potential future gutter trash picks.
Sweet.
Unless they end up like this. I was going to pick Havok, Wolverine, Meltdown.
Oh.
Until I read it.
Is that Bolton? Who did that? John Bolton?
John J. Muth and Kent Williams.
Kent Williams.
Both penned it. With Walt and Louise Simonson writing it. And I got through the first issue and said, this is really bad, but I'm going to power through. And then by the second issue, I said, there is no chance in hell that I am picking this book. Because I could barely make it through it.
Oh.
And I skimmed issues 3 and 4 and feel pretty confident that I may just burn these books.
Oh man, it's that bad.
Yeah.
You know, you totally could have got back at me with Evil or anything and just read the first one and made me read the other ones.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm glad you didn't. I've never read that. I've seen it, but I've never read it.
Yeah, it's not good. No. It is not good.
Is it too many cooks in the kitchen? There's 4 people.
I don't know that it's that. It's just a terrible story. It's horribly dated. I mean, like, the first 20 pages of the first issue revolve around Chernobyl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, it's 4 double-sized books. I mean, they're like 48 pages each.
Yeah.
Prestige format. And it's just so cheesily written. I mean, it is when you think of terrible comics from the 80s, like, just dialogue-wise,
right.
like this is like the prime example of it.
Well, that's too bad.
Just overtly narrated, overtly dialogued, muddy art. And I'm not a huge fan, but I like John Muth and Kent Williams. But
I like John Muth a lot. Kent Williams, I don't know much by him.
Right.
But a good artist. Though.
Yeah. John Muth, he did the
Mystery Play?
Mystery Play. Grant Morrison. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's something else cool that he did. I think he did. Did he do that M book? Were we talking about that? The adaptation of M.
He might have. Yeah.
I think that was him.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah. I think I like Kent Williams a little bit better because he did the Fountain adaptation, didn't he?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I like his style better because it's a lot more exaggerated.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Dave McKean stuff that's not super digitally.
Yeah.
Like when he actually draws figures.
Right. Yeah. So I like Kent Williams better, and he did the Wolverine sections of that book. And I like his rendition of Wolverine because he's kind of got a gut on him.
Oh yeah.
And his hair is really weird. And when he draws the claws, they're all like weird and elongated.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's really good. I really like his art, but man, that story was fucking awful.
Oh. And Simonson's, they're pretty good usually.
They're alright.
Yeah.
Thor.
Yeah, Star Jammers, Slammers,
Star Jammers. Star Jammers?
Slammers? I don't know. Jammers or Slammers.
Right.
But yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Well, thanks for not making me read it.
No problem.
Just like I didn't make you read the Red Wing.
So I had to at the last minute pick a different book. Which I read today.
Oh, okay.
So I will pass those off to you. I mean, if you're ready for me to pick that, I don't know.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Alright, so the next book that, unless you veto, we'll hopefully be reading. At least I've already read it.
Well, if I veto, are you just gonna pick the Havok Wolverine thing?
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, well then no veto.
Which will be weird because I already just spent 20 minutes talking about it. and how much I hated it.
Yeah, spoiler. Yeah.
So the next book where we will be reading for the next episode is The New York Five by Brian Wood and Ryan Kelly.
Oh, cool. Is that the Vertigo thing?
Yep.
Okay. The one from just like a year or two ago?
It was this past year.
Okay. Yeah. Sweet. I'm down.
Alright.
Down with that. Sounds a lot better to me than the Havok Wolverine.
Yeah. You'll I think of the two, you would probably be more apt to enjoy it.
Alright. Sweet.
I know you like a good superhero story occasionally, but
occasionally, yeah.
Havok and Wolverine was fucking terrible. 1988, you didn't warn me.
Oh. Yeah, where were we at in 88? I was 11.
In the 5th grade.
Yeah, so I bet you would have liked it then, maybe?
No.
No?
Because I hated the art.
Oh, okay.
I can remember specifically.
Yeah.
Because me and my comic friends back in the 5th grade, one of them went out and bought a bunch of X-Men books, and he bought like issue 3 of Havok and Wolverine. And we were all flipping through it, and it was like, why does this look so bad? This looks terrible.
I think I've seen that miniseries in quarter boxes at about 40 different comic shops in my life.
I am pretty sure I did not spend more than $2 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the ones that you're like, oh, look, there's The Legacy of Superman.
Yeah.
There's X-Force #1, and there's Havok and Wolverine Meltdown. It's always in the quarter boxes. And like any Batman comic that came out right around the time of the movie, the 1989 movie, because like everybody ordered 100 copies. There's some that have Penguin on the cover, the Penguin Affair, I think it is.
Yeah.
You see those in quarter boxes all the time too. So there's just some permanent fixtures in the quarter boxes.
Yep.
Well, that's cool though. New York 5.
New York 5.
I'm down.
And hey, if you've read Havok and Wolverine and you love it, you write to us and defend it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me know that it is worth reading, because based on Eric's testimony, I will never pick it up. Even though I can read the whole series for $1 at any comic shop in the nation.
It's not worth it. All right.
Sweet. Well, I guess I'd better go to bed.
Yeah.
I gotta go up in like 6 hours.
This is not how this show works.
Yeah, this is so weird. You're like, yeah, I don't have to get up early, but Jason does, of course. I just hope it doesn't snow tomorrow. I don't know. I was trying to keep it up. It was a little snow. There was a little snow on the ground when I came over here.
Yeah. Hopefully that goes away.
Yeah.
Hopefully that goes away. All right, then.
Well,
there.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm going to take my Red Wing and
go home.
Yeah.
There. Yeah. And Happy New Year's to everybody.
Yes, Happy New Year's, people.
Hope your 2012s are looking positive.
And if you want to attend our Conan party,
of course,
start beefing up,
we'll email you the details later.
Bring your own axe.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we discussed this a little bit yesterday, but Conan with an axe better than Conan with a sword.
Yeah, I mean, like his name usually has his logo has the sword, but I think of him more with an axe.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah, because we both ended up drawing a Conan.
Yeah.
And there's there's axes in the picture.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's not revealing too much, but yeah. And we didn't know that each other were drawing Conan with axes, so we just both kind of did that. Happy times.
Happy times.
Enjoy your day off.
I will. Enjoy magic.
Oh, I will. I got 10 hours of it. Looking forward to it.
All right, then. Goodbye.
Later.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook. Or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.